What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to another Mr. McGuinty's How-To Guides. Today we're going to cover the Cobb Tuning AccessPORT for the Subaru Impreza years 2008 and up. Let's get this sucker out of the box and start working with it. Alright, let's talk about package contents. Comes in a nifty little kind of chrome blue box, has general descriptions about what the actual device is capable of. But as far as the actual unit itself, it's actually very tiny. It's palm-sized, only has 4 buttons on the face and a little color screen. And then you have your mini OBD-II port that attaches to the full OBD-II port on this guy. So this plugs in here, this plugs into your car. Now, we'll actually get into that, the ECU programming later on. Then it also comes with a standard USB cable, which you can plug into your computer and upload new maps as they become available, or if you are working with a custom tuner from Cobb or from another tuning shop, they can send you maps if you're doing it remotely, or you can just save the ones that they give you onto your machine for backup for later. And it's also a good thing because once you use this, you will get your default map, that is the OEM from the car. It will save it here, and then you can save that as a backup in the event you ever need to reflash to the default map. Alright, before we get down to the nitty-gritty, I do need to make a disclaimer that whatever you do with your vehicle is your responsibility and your liability. Flashing the ECU of a vehicle can be hazardous if something goes wrong. So you are taking full responsibility because I'm not the one forcing you to do it. It is at your own volition. Alright? Alright, one last side note before we get started. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do like what you see, and also stick around after the video for important links on additional tutorials for cars, electronics, and around the house projects. Alright? Finally, one last thing before we get started. You have to make sure that the doors are closed when you actually go to do the install. No music's turned on. All the electronic features for your car are turned off. And if you read the manual, it'll tell you that.
Alright guys, this isn't going to be the cleanest looking video, but I wanted to show you where the actual OBD-II port is. And this is on 2008 and up Subaru Imprezas. It's a little hard to find if you don't know what you're looking for. So, you have your steering column right here, and there's a little indent where you would actually, flick this down to adjust the actual steering wheel. You can't really see it, but it's literally right there. So if you come up underneath the dashboard, so there's the indent, trace it right back, and there's your pay dirt right there. That's actually where it's going to plug in at, and that will allow us to access the ECU. Alright, again we're going to have some shaky camera work because I'm going to be doing doing something that requires more than 2 hands to do, but we're going to be doing 2 hands anyways. So we have the access port. I've already ran the cable to the OBD-II port underneath the dash. So let's go ahead and get it plugged in. Oop, let's make sure we plug that in the right way. It's keyed, so you'll be able to tell if you're doing it wrong. And, oh, look at that. Boots up, says, hey, look what kind of car I found. And then here is the general setup. Gives you the buttons, up, down, cancel, OK, OK to continue, OK, install. It's an option. So, troubleshoot, that will actually tell you, when you have trouble codes on your actual car, you can clear them through this menu. Install basically assigns this to the vehicle that you're currently using. This can only, or your access port can only be assigned to one vehicle at a time. So you install it on this vehicle, use it, and if you decide you want to take it off the car, you would actually uninstall it, and then you could sell it, theoretically, but there aren't a lot of people that will buy a used access port. And then frequently asked questions, help, other items. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and install. So, install. And then ECU COM. Verify that the ignition switch is in the on position. It currently is not, so now it is. Vehicle identification. Oh! Let's make sure this is the right model. It's a 5-speed WRX manual transmission, 2010. That is correct. And OK to continue. Scanning for maps. Loading and verifying map files. Hey, look at that. So we have anti-theft, economy, stage 1 with 93 octane, stage 1 with additional modifications, and you can actually go on Cobb's website and learn what each one of these means. Off the top of my head, I honestly cannot recall. I know some have to do with significant boost increase, so if you're running a larger turbo or just pushing more boost off of your stock. And stage 2, I believe this includes an intake as well as downpipe and exhaust, aftermarket that is. And valet is kind of cool. You can actually limit the amount of RPMs that are used, so you don't have a valet who's abusing your car when they're trying to go drop it off. And that's it. So super simple. I'm not going to flash right now because there are modifications that are going to be done to the car, and we are going to be doing a stage 2 remap, but that will be saved for another video. So I hope this helped you out, guys. All right, have a good one.